Hi, today we're looking at Functional Skills Maths Entry Level 2. This is the Pearson Edexcel exam board. It's set 3 and we're going to start with the non-calculator section. Question 1. Emma goes shopping online. She wants to know the cost of a phone for 1 year. Complete the calculation. 11 times 12. Okay, well, what we can do is we can think, well, 11 is 10 plus 1. Okay, so we can split this up. So what we can say is, well, that means that this calculation is the same as 10 times 12 plus 1 times 12, because that's going to give us our 11 12s. Well, 10 times 12, anything multiplying by 10, we just put a 0 on the end. Okay, 10 12s. And 1 times 12, well, that's just 12 itself. So now we want to add these two together. We've got 0 plus 2 is 2. 2 plus 1 is 3. And 1 plus nothing is just 1. So we've got an answer of 132. Question 2. Emma buys a game for £49 and a book for £18. How much does she pay in total? Okay, so what we want really is we want 49 plus 18. Well, we can think, well, 49 is just 1 away from 50. And it's much easier if we can work in tens. So we can think, okay, well, we'll make that 50. All we've done is we've added 1 on to the 49. So if we're adding 1 on here, let's take 1 off of this number. So 1 less than 18 is going to be 17. So these are exactly the same. We've added 1 to the 49 to make it 50, but taken 1 off of the 18 to make it 17. Now, we've got 50 plus 17. This is much nicer because we can just do 0 plus 7 is 7, and 5 plus 1 is 6. So we've got an answer of 67. How much does she pay? So we need to make sure we put the pound sign in as well, because they do say use the correct symbol for money. Question 3. Emma sees this bracelet. The bracelets are £7 each. Emma has £30 to spend. She buys as many bracelets as she can. How many bracelets does Emma buy? Show how much money is left over. Okay, well, she can certainly buy 1 bracelet, which would be £7. Well, what about if she bought another bracelet, so another £7? Well, if we've already got 7, let's count on another 7. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So let's put this down here. So that would be £14 for 2. What about if she buys another bracelet? Well, let's add it on to the 14. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So that would be £21 for 3 bracelets. In fact, let's put this here so we can make it nice and clear. So this is 1 bracelet, 2 bracelets, 3 bracelets. We need to get up to £30, so we can still try and add on another one. So this is going to be for 4 bracelets, which you've spent £21 so far. Another £7 would make it 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. It's going to take us up to £28 for 4 bracelets. Well, hopefully we can see now that 28 isn't far away from 30. In fact, it's just 29, 30. It's just £2 away. So that means that she can buy 4 bracelets and still have £2 left over. And now we're on to the calculator section. So, question 1. Arvin has a job in a store. The store is open every week of the year. How many weeks are there in 1 year? Well, this one you should know it or don't really. Weeks in a year. There's 52. If you don't know this one, then it's good to practice these. So practice number of days in a week, which is 7. Weeks in a year, 52. Months in a year, there's 12. Just practice going through those, and with time you'll be able to recall them nice and quickly. Question 2. Arvin has £90 to spend on clothes for work. He buys a shirt for £38. How much money does Arvin have left over? Well, he starts with £90 and he spends £38, so we can subtract or take away 38. Remember, this is the calculator section, so we can just type in 90 minus 38 equals 52, and we need to write it in, and they've put the pound sign for us, so we've got £52. Let's move this up here. Question 3, part A. Round 38 to the nearest 10. Okay, so I'm going to draw a little number line here. So thinking of our tens, so 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, we want to know which 10 38 is closest to. Well, the nearest 10 less than 38 is going to be 30. And so the 10 up from 30 is going to be 40. 38 is going to be somewhere between these two. Well, I always find it's useful to know what would the middle be. Well, half of 10 is 5, so halfway between 30 and 40 will be 35. Where does 38 come? Well, it's bigger than 35, so it's going to fall in this half, which means it's going to be closer to 40. And then for part B, use the rounded number to check your answer to question 2. Right, so question 2 was up here. So we did 90 minus 38 equals 52. They want us to use the rounded number. So instead of 90 minus 38, we're going to use 90 minus 40. We can still use our calculator. 90 minus 40 gives us 50. And previously we got an answer of 52. Well, we can say 50 is approximately equal to 52. So that's good as a check. Question 4. Arvin has this price list for headphones. We've got a price list. We've got white wireless of £48, black folding headphones £66, and a few others there too. A customer wants to buy wireless headphones. He pays between £50 and £70. Which headphones does the customer buy? So we know they're wireless and they're between £50 and £70. So let's have a look. Let's put it down here. Where are the wireless ones? So these are wireless. It could be those ones. These are wireless. And those are wireless. So it could be either of those three. Yeah, none of the others. They said he pays between £50 and £70. Well, 48 is less than 50. So it can't be that one. 63, well, it's more than 50 and it's less than 70. So this one's looking like it could be that one. 72, well, that's more than £70, so it can't be that one. So it must be this one. So we can write down here, red wireless. Question 5. The total number of people working in the store is 40. Arvin knows that half of the people are women. How many women are there? Well, half is the same as saying dividing by 2. So if we want to know how many women there are, we take the total of 40 and divide it by 2. We've got our calculator. 40 divided by 2 equals 20. So we can tick that one there. Arvin sells phones. A customer wants a 16 gigabyte phone. And if you don't know what the GB stands for, it doesn't matter. Don't let it confuse you. You just want a 16 GB phone. She wants to pay less than £40 each month. Which phone does the customer buy? So we've got two conditions, 16 GB and less than £40. Okay, and we've got a few to choose from. Well, this is 64 GB. We don't want that. We wanted 16, so we'll rule that one out. We've got 16 GB here, but she wants to pay less than £40. This is more than £40, so it can't be that one. Again, it's not 16, this is 64 GB, so we can forget about that one. This one, 16 GB, she wants to pay less than £40. Well, this is £40, so if it is 40, it can't be less than 40. So rule that one out. This one is 16 GB, which is great, but it's not less than 40, it's more than 40. So hopefully this one should fit. It's 16 GB, which is good, and 37 is less than 40. Excellent. So it must be that one. Question 7. Arvin looks at the number of phones sold last week. The chart shows the number of Type A phones sold. We've got the little chart there. Number of phones going up here. And we've got, let's move it up so we can see the question. Actually, let's look at the chart first. So type of phone, this tells us how many of Type A phones there were. Type B, we haven't got anything yet. And they tell us only Type A and Type B phones were sold last week. A total of 30 phones were sold. Show on the chart the number of Type B phones sold. Well, if there's 30 sold altogether, if we know how many Type A there were, we can take that away from 30 to find out how many Type B phones there were. And we can use the graph for this. So these are the Type A phones that were sold. So I'm going to move that along here. Right, so this is how many we want. Well, if this is 15, then that's 20. We've got 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So this must be 17. So 17 phones were sold. So the Type B phones must be the 30 minus the Type A phones, the 17. So 30 minus 17 gives us 13. And now we need to show that on the chart. Okay, well, this is 5, 10, and we can use our ruler to check this 10. So this should be 11, 12, 13. So we want a line somewhere up here. Now, actually this bar is about the same width as my ruler. So that's going to be the top. And we want it to be nearly as wide as my ruler. So I'll draw a line there, and then I can just draw the vertical lines coming straight down. Doesn't have to be perfect, but use your ruler so you've got nice straight lines, okay? And that's marked it at 13 phones. Question 8. The temperature in the warehouse is 16 degrees. The thermometer shows the temperature in the store. So it's where the black is. This must be the temperature here. So we can mark it. So that's looking like 22 degrees. How much warmer is it in the store than in the warehouse? Well, we were told, when we want to work out how much more something is, so the difference, we take the biggest number first. Well, we know the temperature in the store is 22 degrees, and in the warehouse it's 16. So the bigger number minus the smaller number will tell us the difference, or how much warmer it is. So 22 minus 16 is 6, and we use the units which we've got up here. So degrees Celsius, so 6 degrees C. In fact, on the answer line they've already put the units for us, so we can just put the 6 down there. Question 9. A clock shows this time. We've got 16:00. Arvin will leave work at 6 o'clock in the afternoon. Is it time for Arvin to leave work? Show why you think this. Well, this is a 24-hour clock, and I can tell that straight away because our hours are more than 12. If we want to turn it into a 12-hour clock, then what we need to do is to subtract 12 hours, and that will tell us what the time is. So 16 minus 12 is actually 4 o'clock. But we know because it's 16, because it's gone past 12, it must be in the afternoon. So it must be 4 p.m. Okay, or 4 in the afternoon. Okay. Is it time for Arvin to leave work? Well, he doesn't leave until 6 o'clock. So we can say no. And we can say because 4 p.m, we don't have to put the zeros in if it's just on the hour. So 4 p.m. is not equal to 6 p.m. And down here we can say, is it time for Arvin to leave work? No, it's not. Question 10. Straighten this a little bit. Here. Arvin keeps calculators on a shelf. Okay, these are all our calculators, and we're told we've got the key. One box means one calculator. A customer wants 50 calculators. Are there enough calculators on the shelf? Show why you think this. Well, let's do some counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's 10 in that stack. Well, this is the same as that, so that must be another 10. And another 10. And another 10. Then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if we want to know how many calculators we've got in total, we want 10, plus 10, plus 10, plus 10, plus 7, plus 5. So when doing it on a calculator, especially when you've got lots of the same number, be carefully typing it in. So 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 7 plus 5 equals 52. A customer wants 50. Are there enough? Well, yeah, because 52, and you might not have learnt these signs yet, but we can write that 52 is greater than or more than 50. So we can just write that 52 is more than 50. So yes, there are enough calculators. Question 11. Rum tin packs calculators in a box. What is the name of this shape? Right, well, this is a 3D shape because we've got the length, the width and the height. And I know that this 3D shape is a cuboid. Not to be confused with a cube, which a cube would have all of the sides, the length the same, so it would have a square on every face. As soon as we've got a rectangle in here as well, then it must be a cuboid. Question 12. The scale shows the weight of an empty box. We've got this arrow here for us. Rum tin puts a phone charger in the box. The weight of the charger is 80 grams. What is the total weight of the box and the charger to the nearest division? Use the correct unit. Well, when they say nearest division, they mean these lines here. And this arrow is closest to this division. So if we want the total weight of the box and the charger, well, the box, we're saying it's 60 grams. The charger, they're telling us it's 80 grams. So we can add those two together. So 60 plus 80 gives us 140. And they want the correct units. Well, everything has been in grams. You can write up the word gram, or you can just put a G. Question 13. Rum tin drives a delivery lorry. He needs to move the lorry to position D, which is this one here. In which direction does Rum tin need to move the lorry? Well, this is the front, so it's facing that way at the moment. If we want to get to D, well, we've got some options, but I'm going to try and work it out without the options. A would be to go forwards. B, it would need to turn left. C, it would need to turn right. And D, it would need to come backwards. So let's see if that's one of the options. Yeah, backwards. Question 14. These are the numbers of the shelves in the warehouse. What is the next odd number? Well, remember, odd numbers are all numbers that end in a 1, or a 3, or a 5, or a 7, or a 9. And so they're going on, well, if we work it out, 85 to 87, it's 86, 87. And then 88, 89. So they're going up in 2s each time. So the next one will be 90, 91. So we can write that one in here. And the last question. Rum tin makes deliveries. The chart shows the number of deliveries each week. Now let's have a closer look at this. Let's leave it here so we can see the title for now. Number of deliveries each week. We've got week 1, 2, 3 and 4. And the number of deliveries here. So if we wanted, we could read off to find out how many deliveries there were on each of the weeks. Let's move it up so we can see the question. How many more deliveries does Rum tin make in week 4 than in week 1? So we're only interested in week 4 and week 1. And if we want to know how many more there are, that means we need the difference between them. So we want to work out what number this refers to. So we can do a nice straight line across to here. Well, if this is 25, must be 26, 27. Okay, in fact, I'm going to write it on our bar for week 4. And how many more does Rumpton make in week 4 than in week 1? So week 1, we can do the same thing. Draw a line across. This is 10 deliveries, so it must be 11, 12, 13. So if we want to know how many more, and we can write it on here, how many more, we take the bigger number, the 27, and we subtract the smaller number, the 13. 27 minus 13, and that gives us 14 deliveries. And that's the end of the paper. So I hope you found it helpful. Please like the video, make sure you subscribe to the channel, have your notifications turned on so you find out when I upload more videos, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Thank you.